Coach Kubiak's birthday. So happy 39th birthday, Coach Kubiak. Today is also the 2026 NFL franchise tag window opens. So it opens today and it closes at 4 p.m. Eastern time on March 3rd. So during this 2 week period, teams can designate one implementing unrestricted free agent uh, with the franchise or transition tag to prevent them from hitting the open market. So basically, the purpose is it keeps a player on a 1 year guarantee contract for the 2026 season. So if there's any players that are, hitting free agency and they're at their contracts pretty much done with, it keeps them on the team from any other teams, snagging them up. And then the extension deadline, say you want to keep that player and you also want to give them an extension, teams have until July 15th to negotiate a multi-year extension with the tagged player. Otherwise, they have to play on that 1 year tender. So they would just play with that 1 year extension. So this is going to be very important, for the Raiders, right? I mentioned I won't get caught up too much into the um, whole Crosby thing because he's still under contract, so we shouldn't be affected there. Um, but there are some free agents out there that I would like to pick up, so that's why I'm definitely paying attention to this. Like yesterday, I kind of mentioned that Braden Smith with Indy, O lineman, will be on the market as a free agent. So I'm hoping that the Colts don't give him an extension, right? A 1 year extension, because I would like to have him um, helping our line out this season. So let's see what happens because, free agency, there's a lot of free agents out there that I'd like to get. I know that the Raiders will show interest in Romeo Dobbs, this offseason. Also, I mentioned this in previous episodes, and I'm sure everyone else, Rashid Shaheed, he's a free agent. So hoping that if we really want him, Seattle doesn't lock him down for another year. And even Mike Evans, that's a guy that I would love to get on a 1 year deal. So let's see what Tampa Bay does with Mike Evans. Um, Besides that, I had a comment from Savvy 1803 N7D on yesterday's show. Basic, so I just want to read it because he always has some good comments, and I like it when fans kind of give their opinions. And this was on Tyreek Hill and everything we went over yesterday. But here's Savvy's comment: "Love the optimism and the update is appreciated. Hill, Tyreek Hill is who I'm mentioning, would be a tad risky for me, but under the strict guidelines you laid out, it could make an interesting proposal. I've heard rumblings that KC may look to bring him back in the building, but that's just a rumor until it happens." And that's true. KC's kind of bringing back the old gang. So if they bring Tyreek back, I mean, uh, that just makes them stronger, right? But most likely that's probably what's going to happen just because, they're familiar with Tyreek. So let's see what happens. He goes on to say, "Our coaching hires don't upset me in the least. Not sure if Rob Leonard was a Kubiak pick, but because of it's late in the game of actual choice. But either way, um, he is getting his chance to prove what many feel is a solid choice. I myself feel like he's a solid choice. Um, Promoting from within. We've done it before, and it's okay with me to give him a look and a chance. I'm not too concerned if we don't chase a number one wide receiver, and would like both lines to be built up first. And that's a great plan, right? I think that's what all of us want, but I know there is a need for a wide receiver. With a look at some man-to-man corners and young mobile linebackers and a right tackle and possibly a center if JPJ is not the choice. If we have to stay, if we have to stay put at wide receiver, then so be it. Um, and maybe we develop what we have until we can chip away at closing some of our needs. After all, it's only year one, and that's just my thoughts. So thank you, Savvy. And you're right. I mean, it is only year number one, so maybe we could, develop what we have. Um, I don't think it's urgent that we need to go after that number one wide receiver, but if there's a stud on the market, and it looks like there's going to be a few, um, if we can, get someone on the right deal, or get someone for the right price, it would be nice to pick someone up. But I agree with you. I get what you're saying. If we can, we can put it off for a year and just develop what we have if we have to. The most important thing right now is the O line and the D line. And as far as, Max Crosby, of course, keeping him, but that should not be a problem because he is under contract, right? Unless he flat out says, I don't want to be here. We need to, our main concern is just, putting together that O line and that D line. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, Raider Nation. What do you think? Free agency. Are you excited to see who's possibly available, or who's going to get tagged, who's not going to get tagged? I'll definitely be paying attention. But if you like the content we're going over, please give me a like, subscribe, keep leaving your comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out, Raider Nation.